the only experience I had was as, and I was hoping to get some views from Duane or anybody who sees anything about this, was that I was going down to San Diego. I had this experience where I was going down to San Diego. I wasn't in a car, though. I was riding down on a bike. But the bike was converted to be like a car. And what was very interesting was it had like or it was more like a tricycle. It had the big front wheel and the two back little wheels. And the body of the bike was like a giant fridge. It was like a giant fridge, and I was inside of the fridge because it was kind of like acting like a car. And somebody else was driving this kind of vehicle. And what was very interesting was inside of the fridge there was just fruits. There was just a apple and a grapefruit. And I remember I needed to turn the temperature down in the fridge so the stuff didn't go bad, so it didn't go moldy or anything like that.
Well, that's a fun one, Jeremy. So you had the impression you were going to San Diego, is that it?
Yeah, and I've had a couple like that so far.
Oh, yeah. Oh, of course, I would imagine you would. So it's all preparation, that's all. And it's quite obvious, again, and especially the fruits, that they imply right now, and sometimes that changes. It goes back and forth. Every once in a while, things pop in for me like that too. The last one was carrot juice, etc. So it changes as it goes. So whatever the boys figure out, it's all whatever. So you can see it any way you want. Realistically, I go through these things too, and it's all kind of funny. It's kind of like being with your parents. And, you're on a trip or you're doing whatever, and, they're basically setting everything up for you. So it's like whatever. And from your viewpoint, you look at it, it's like, okay, what is that, Dad? And, because you don't know. It's, funny things. And this is just how creation is. But they see, what's the potential of all these things that are funny. And eventually it comes out. You see it. So just like when we were little, we didn't know, and as we grew up, all of a sudden we realized how to start the car. But at first we didn't. It was all a mystery. But it all unfolds itself a step at a time. So, yeah, and the tricycle, well, it's baby steps. We take baby steps for all of this, all of us do, because there's a lot to do. There's a lot to go through. But as people continue on, like yourself, it matters because this is how things get done. Otherwise, it doesn't. Because just like in the old movie, The Never-Ending Story, and Atreyu there, who was the star, who rode the flying dog or whatever, he was told by the little girl that you have to imagine, otherwise the darkness will take over. So again, in creation, it's our creativity that implies, our position here to, share with others and wake them up. Otherwise, things go to sleep. It becomes darkness. So we have the big challenge here, which is really cool, and it helps us wake up. It's just all part of it. So that's another little step, little episode in Jeremy's adventures. And so this is cool, Jeremy. Thank you.
And I wanted to share with everybody, if you get these little pains and stuff and like, whatever goes on with your physical body, just know that it's most likely an attack kind of as we get closer with this and as we go along. I myself, I don't know what's been going on. Kind of, it's like an attack, basically. Something with my stomach been going on, and then I was losing sensation in part of my right hand in certain things. But again, we're all getting very close to this, and it's like kind of like they're trying to distract me, kind of pull my focus elsewhere, or to be concerned with these things. So just, everybody stay focused, and, we'll get through it. That's all just physical stuff. That's all they can really affect is just the body form, but we are the awareness. So just wanted to share that.
Yeah, that's a good point to bring up. And let me add to that. And that is that, they're going to bug everybody. And this is where they just bug you, kind of like a bully at school. For the most part, they're going to bug you. You're going to be afraid. You're going to be whatever. It's fine. Doesn't matter. But doubtful that they're going to annihilate you completely, because they know that they got to deal with that. They know that. But to bug you a little bit, they'll do that, and they're hoping that you will, be scared enough to convert on your own that agreement. They want that. The last thing they want to do is annihilate you, but if it comes to that, they will. And so, just like here in the consciousness, if they don't get people to agree to something, it's like they wanted everyone to have the chip in 2017. Well, a lot of people didn't agree, so it didn't really go over well. So they bring in the coronavirus as a bigger threat. It's a bigger threat to the point to where, yeah, we're just going to get rid of you because you're not agreeing. So you'll be coming back in future lifetimes and going through the systems again, and we'll get you to agree one way or the other. So push comes to shove. But they know they have to deal with that. Yeah. Yeah. So it's kind of like the warden in a prison to where, an inmate is unruly and they can beat him up a little bit. And sometimes they actually, kill him or whatever, have him killed. Well, they got to deal with that. And eventually it all catches up. So, but in the meantime, yes, they're going to bug you. I get it almost every day. If it's dizziness, attacks, lasers on my skin, just all kinds of things, etc., and other little means. But for the most part, the boys aren't going to, the boys aren't going to let them do anything else because we're their kids and they watch over us. So when it really comes to something, they're going to make sure that the bad boys, they don't go too far. But in the meantime, it's also a little heads up to keep you aware. Don't take things for granted, thinking that it's a la la land here, because it's not. And you have to be aware and you have to pay attention. And it's very, very important. And this is why so many people come and go. See, they'd rather try to take the passive route, going back to the spiritual paths or religion and praying to gods and begging. But what they're doing is they're submitting their agreement to them is what they're doing, and they don't realize it, and they become all tap line. So it's a choice. So you have to stand up and just be real with your real awareness. And that's the cool part is life's awareness. We don't need ideas. It's all about awareness, like the air we breathe. So yeah, just little reminders, Jeremy. And yes, everybody's going to get attacked that does this because that's standard procedure. It's just like joining the military. Yeah, this is just what happens, like G.I. Jane or whatever. You're going to get beat up and you're going to have to deal with situations in the world. Me, I like the challenge. And yeah, physically, it's not easy. Physically, especially as you get older. When you're younger, it's one thing, but as you get older, it's harder. But what you're doing is very important. So yeah, they want to bother you. But as you keep going, you get the sense of it. And eventually, they will see how you are. They want to see if you're strong, strong enough. And then actually, in a way, it's kind of like the cartel down here. If you're strong enough to stand up to them, all of a sudden you're amigo. You see, they respect you. And it's very real. Yeah. So, yeah. Okay.